Greetings. So welcome to the next video, which is after I've done a bit more work on the, surprise surprise, still the cockpit. It's now mostly assembled, or at least the main sort of central part with the seat. The sides, of course, will have to be done. We'll get to those in time. But now we've put on the back with the back of the seat. Going to need to do still a little bit of weathering on that. The instrument panel with the gun sight is now fully installed. See if we can get some good light on that. There we are. So that's in position now. We've got, as you can see, the gun which comes through there, or the cannon. What else? Here we've got, I've installed the primer pump with the little knobs there, which is for priming the engine prior to starting it. And then I've also installed the two wheels here. One is for the flaps, and the other is a trim wheel. So one puts the flaps down, the pilots would have to turn the wheel for the flaps to come out, and the other one adjusts the trim for the pitch of the plane. So fine adjustments could be made. The Bf109 didn't have a trim for the rudder, unlike some of the other planes, like the Mustang, for example. So it's quite nice. The wheels here, the inner one is a photo etched wheel, so one of the metal parts, and the outer wheel there is just plastic. So that's essentially the cockpit, mostly constructed now. See if we can zoom in on some more of those details again. There we are. So there's maybe just a little bit more weathering that I'm planning to do. On the wheels, just a little bit of grease there perhaps on the axle, but otherwise we're mostly done for that, and that's pretty much ready to go in. So the next part that I've started on, so that in summary for the relative to the instruction sheet, is pretty much most of that page done now. So now I'm starting on the engine. And here is where I've gotten to. Last night I started putting some of the pieces together. So this is that part there where I have put, so you can see relative there. There were two halves, a top piece, bottom piece there. So this is it's a V12 engine, which, unlike, say, for example, the Spitfire, in the Bf109, it's inverted, so the engine was actually turned upside down within the housing, and so you can see that here it's that way, and then that way, and then this next part it's been flipped upside down like so. So we've just started putting this one together. It's the DB605. So the engine which was put into the later model Bf109s. And you can see this is where the cannon comes through. So yeah, that's where we're up to with that. And so now this one's probably going to go to the side in here for safekeeping. And we'll get to that one when it needs to go in. But we're going to be starting to work on the engine now, which should be a lot of fun, because there's quite a number of components here. I've got some good reference material in the manual. Coming back to the owner's workshop manual, as you can see here, there's a side view of the engine, some good details there. If we get the piece out now, you can start to see those parts here. That's essentially, whoops, goes around that way. That kind of matches there. So we've got some really good reference material in this book. You can see the color is black. That's what it calls for in the instructions as well. You got this part here, which is where the strut attaches to hold the engine in place. Supercharger goes there. But we've also got some other really great images, such as this one here. And where are we now? There are multiple other. We've got pictures of the fellows working on it. So yeah, so that's that. So once I start putting it together, I'll explain a little bit more details about the engine, such as, you know, its horsepower and all of that sort of thing, for those of you who are interested. But just now, I just want to give you an update of where we're at in terms of the cockpit and moving on to the engine. All right, thanks for watching. So until next time, cheerio.